Good evening once again. I hope my voice is clear and my presentation is also clearly visible, right? So everyone just please put your attendance in the chat box so that we can continue with our chapter Shlok, Om, and I guess Harsuk is there, right? Okay, so this is the last topic from our chapter, if I'm not wrong, comparing quantities, right? So rate compounded annually or half yearly or semi-annually, right? So how does that work? We are going to learn that. So those who have joined late or those who have not put the attendance already, please put the attendance in the chat box. Harsuk and Safi, Aidur, is it Aidur, right? Harsuk, please put your attendance in the chat box. Yeah. Okay. So you may want to know why compounded annually was mentioned after rate. Does it mean anything? So it does, because we can also have interest rates compounded half yearly or quarterly. Let us see what happens to 100 rupees over a period of 1 year if the interest is compounded annually or half yearly. Right? So what is time period and rate when interest not compounded annually? The time period after which the interest is added each time to form a new principal is called the conversion period. When an interest is compounded half yearly, there are two conversion periods in a year, each after 6 months. In such situations, the half yearly rate will be half of the annual rate. What will happen if interest is compounded quarterly? In this case, there are four conversion periods in a year, and the quarterly rate will be 1/4 of the annual rate. Right. So what does this means is, if we are calculating or compounding half yearly, then that means in a year we have to perform two calculations, and the interest rate which was given for annual interest rate will be divided into two. If we are calculating it quarterly, then the interest rate will be 1/4 of the annual rate, and we have to make calculations four times. Right, so let us see how does this works for 100 rupees. So our principal amount is 100 rupees, and the interest rate is 10% per annum compounded annually. So the time taken is 1 year. So if we calculate interest on this, so this is going to be 10 rupees, and the total amount is going to be 110. Here we have used formula of simple interest or SI. So you must be knowing that SI and CI is same for the first year or 1 year. Right. Now principal is again 100 rupees, rate is again 10% per annum, and it is compounded half yearly. Now let us see how this makes difference. So the time period is 6 months or half year. So in this case, 100 into 10 into half or 1 by 2 divided by 100. So that is going to be 5 rupees. So amount at the end of 6 months will be 105. Now this 105 or 105 rupees will be principal amount for the next 6 months. Right. So if we calculate again interest on this principal amount, that is 105, so it is going to be 5.25 rupees. Right, 5.25 rupees. So the amount at the end of 1 year will be 110 rupees and 25 paise, right? So see, if we are calculating it annually, then the interest is less, and if we are calculating it half yearly, the interest that we have to pay is slightly more. राइट, यहाँ पे 110 हमने पे किया था, यहाँ पे 110 रुपए और 25 पैसे हमें पे करना पड़ा था. right? Do you see that if interest is compounded half yearly, we compute the interest two times, so time period becomes twice the rate, twice, and rate is taken half. Okay, one more thing that you may have noticed here is, here we are taking 10 only, right? But when we use the formula, then we are going to have the interest rate. यहाँ पे हम simply manual calculations कर रहे हैं. हाफ ईयर के लिए हमने SI calculate किया, एक principal amount find out किया for the next 6 months, and then again we calculated SI on that principal amount. So that's why we are taking the full interest rate here. So you can calculate for these two these two problems, right? So think, discuss, and write. A sum is taken for 1 year at the rate of 16% per annum. If the interest is compounded after every 3 months, how many times will the interest will be charged in 1 year? So can you answer this? How many times the interest will be charged? You just have to tell me how many times the interest will be charged. Will it be once? Will it be twice? Will it be thrice? Or will it be four times? See, we have taken a sum for 1 year, right? Four times. Okay, any other answers? Four times only, right? Yeah, correct, Harshuk. It is going to be four times only. Now let's take example 12. What is to be repaid on a loan of 12,000 for 1.5 years at 10% per annum compounded yearly, half yearly, sorry. So principal for first 6 months. Again, what we are doing is, see, there will be 3.5 years in 1.5 year, right? 1.5 साल को अगर हम 6 months में divide करें, so there will be three parts, or three times we have to calculate, or we have to compound the interest. So therefore, compounding has to be done three times. Now rate of interest will be half of 10. So see, यहाँ पे 10% से दिया है हमने. We are directly using the formula of compound interest, or CI. That's why what we are doing is, we are cutting this interest rate into half. So that will be 5% half yearly. Now again, the formula that we used to use for calculating CI, just the change here is, we have to put 3 here in place of n, because there are three instances of compounding the interest. And here in the value of r is not going to be 10, it is going to be 5, because हम यहाँ पे half yearly calculate कर रहे हैं, right? So if you calculate this, this is going to be the amount at the end of 1.5 year, if we calculate with the formula of CI directly. Now, if we calculate same example with SI, मतलब पहले 6 months के लिए हम SI calculate करेंगे, then we will get a principal amount for next 6 months. Then again we will calculate SI for next 6 months, and then again for the last 6 months we will have a different principal amount, and we will calculate simple interest on that amount as well. So we have to perform this calculation three times or thrice, right? So let's do for the first 6 months. Now tell me, when we are calculating with this method, do we need to half the rate? क्या हमें rate को half करना पड़ेगा? If we are calculating this way, पहले पहले 6 months के लिए सिंपल इंटरेस्ट निकालो, बाद में सेकंड 6 months के लिए सिंपल इंटरेस्ट निकालो, बाद में तीसरे 6 months के लिए सिंपल इंटरेस्ट निकालो. सो डू वी हैव टू कट द इंटरेस्ट रेट इन हाफ? यहाँ पे जरूरत है क्या? और शुड वी टेक द फुल इंटरेस्ट रेट? Any answers in the chat box? No one? No one knows what to we have to have? Okay. Any other answer? No, we don't have to have it, because see, When we are calculating with the formula of CI, we will divide it by 2. Listen to me again. See, when we are using the formula directly of CI, जब हम directly CI का formula use करेंगे, in that case we will adjust the value of n accordingly. यहाँ पे 1.5 साल था तो हमने उसे 3 कर दिया. Got it? We will double it. जो n है we will double it, and जो r है we will उसका half कर देंगे हम. We will cut it into half. But when we are calculating with the simple interest method, SI method, we will put the whole interest rate or the complete interest rate. So यहाँ पे आप देखो, the rate is 10% and the principal amount is 12,000. So यहाँ पे मैंने 12,000 रख दिया, 10% का रेट रख दिया, और हाफ ईयर यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा है, divided by 100. So it is going to be 600 rupees. So that is SI, simple interest, right? But the principal for next 6 months is going to be 12,600. मतलब ये 12,000 प्लस ये 600 का जो SI था वो हमने ऐड कर दिया. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द प्रिंसिपल फॉर नेक्स्ट मंथ. अभी इस पे अगर हम सिमिलर रेट से 6 मंथ्स के लिए इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करते हैं, सिंपल इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करते हैं, सो इट इज अगेन गोइंग टू बी 630. नाउ इस 630 को हमें 12,600 में ऐड करना पड़ेगा. So it is going to be 13,230 rupees. And if we calculate simple interest on this principal amount with this rate, per 10% per annum for half year, we will have this much of interest, simple interest. So 3 times हमने ये calculations की. जब हम 13,230 में 661.5 rupees add करेंगे, so we'll have this amount, that is 13,891 rupees and 50 paise, right? So when we calculate it with the formula of CI, we get the same amount, and if we calculate this manually, we are again getting the same amount. Correct? So are you getting the difference, like what should be done in which case? Are you getting the difference? When we calculate manually, we do not half the rate. When we calculate with the SI method, we do not cut the rate into half. Are you getting it? Yes, no, or shall I repeat it? Yes, okay. Okay, now let me just try this one. At the end of 2 years, on 2,400 at the rate of 5% per annum compounded annually. So amount find out कीजिए. चलिए ये जो पहला क्वेश्चन है उस पे at the end of 2 years. This is the simplest question I would say. बहुत ही आसान क्वेश्चन है, right? P into 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power n. This is the formula for CI, right? ये वाला फॉर्मूला यूज करो, लिखो वहां पे P लिखो 2400, R रहेगा 5 and n will be 2. So how you are gonna do this? See, R यहाँ पे 5 है, यहाँ पे 100 है, so 100 105 by 100, 105 by 100 and 2 for 0 24 105 square and 24. Can you calculate it? $1.05 into 1 1.05 into 2400. The total amount is going to be what? Have you calculated? 2646 is my answer. 2646. समझ रहे हो ना कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है? सी यहाँ पे आई ट्राई टू राइट इट. सी 2400 रहेगा, एंड देन वी विल हैव 1 प्लस आर की जगह पे मैं यहाँ पे 5 लिखूंगा, डिवाइडेड बाय 100 रहेगा, एंड रेस्ट टू पावर 2 रहेगा. सो यहाँ पे 100, और इसको अगर हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे, सो इट इज गोइंग टू बी 105 बाय 100, राइट. यहाँ पे आएगा 105 बाई 100, और अगर इसको अगर हम सॉल्व करते हैं तो 100 जाएगा, यहाँ पे रहेगा 1.05 स्क्वायर मल्टीप्लाइड विथ 2400. सो 1.05 का स्क्वायर निकालना है, तो कैसे निकालेंगे? 1.05 इंटू 1.05 करना है. सो 1.05 का अगर स्क्वायर करेंगे तो इट इज गोइंग टू बी 1.1025, राइट. सो 1.1025 को आपको मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा 2400 से, 2400 से. कर पा रहे हो? इज इट इजी और व्हाट? Are you able to do it, or are you finding it difficult? Please let me know. Have you taken your notebook with you at least? Why you people are silent today? Yeah, 24646, right. Okay, now, okay, now, 2646 is the answer. I hope everyone gets it. Now अभी second अगर हमें solve करना है, this one, at the end of 1 year on 1800 और 1800 रुपए पे at the rate of 8% per annum, compounded quarterly. Oh, my voice is cracking, really? Is it for everyone? My voice is cracking? Can everyone just confirm so that I can check my internet? No? Okay. Also, there might be some issue at your end, maybe. Okay? Because my voice is not cracking for others. Okay. Okay. So, how we are going to solve the second one? See, यहाँ पे क्या करना है हमें? एक ईयर के लिए कैलकुलेट करना है. Now, tell me, what is P here? What is P here? Write it in the chat box. Chat box. What is P here? P is equals to 8,000 here. Oh no, it's 1,800 only. Yeah, this is the P. Can you write it in the chat box, everyone? मैं second की बात कर रहा हूँ, इसकी. Yeah, P is this much, right? Now, what is going to be the R? R क्या होगा? See, now we are calculating quarterly. मतलब 3 महीने में एक बार हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे. पहले 3 महीने का, दूसरे 3 महीने का, तीसरे 3 महीने का, और लास्ट में 3 महीने का. No, 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 no. Shlok, you have written slightly, uh, no, it's not slightly, it's completely wrong formula, because this is for simple interest compounded annually. We are doing it quarterly now, right? So यहाँ पे R जो होगा वो 2 रहेगा, not 8. R will be 2 and N will be 4 here, right? The value of N will be 4. P is 1800, R is 2, and N is 4. So can you calculate this? Let's calculate it. तो यहाँ पे आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, सी 1800 है, 1 + 2/1000 यानी कि, तो 2/100 यानी कि 102/100, 102/100, और आपको 1.02 का फोर्थ रूट निकालना पड़ेगा, राइट। तो कैसे निकालोगे, सी यहाँ पे 1.02 हो जाएगा, ये 100 अगर कट जाएगा तो। सो लेट मी कैलकुलेट इट, 1.02 इंटू 1.02 इंटू 1.02 इंटू 1.02. So this is going to be this much. 1.82432216. Now, if we multiply this with 1800, तो क्या होगा? That will be our result. Into 1800. So it is approximately 1949, approximately, not exact. Yeah, 1948 or 1949. Right. So this is going to be our compound interest calculated quarterly. समझ रहे हो? Any difficulty? सिर्फ हर्षुक और श्लोक ने ही रिस्पॉन्स दिया है. What about आयदुर एंड ओम? आर यू गेटिंग इट? समझ रहा है? कोई प्रॉब्लम है? आप आंसर्स नहीं लिख रहे हो चैट बॉक्स में? अरे कोई रिस्पॉन्स दो. आर यू इवन एबल टू हियर मी? Yeah. Okay. So please be attentive in the chat box, right? Yeah. Now, so let's see example 13. The find CI paid when the sum of 10,000 is invested for 1 year and 3 months at the rate of 8.5 per annum compounded annually. So you can just go through this example and you can see what is to be done. Okay, there's nothing different in this. Now, applications of compound interest formula. There are some situations where we could use formula for calculation of amount in CI. Here are a few. Increase or decrease in population, the growth of bacteria if the rate of growth is known, if value of an item, if its price increases or decreases in the intermediate years. So let's take few real life examples how this can be useful for us. So we'll take example 14th. The population of a city was 20,000 in the year 1997. It increased at the rate of 5% per annum. Find the population at the end of uh, year 2000. So which formula should we use here? SI formula or CI formula? Which one should we use here? The population rate, population growth rate is 5% per annum. So it should be SI or CI? Very basic question. It should be CI because see, कैसे 1997 में we have some X amount of population, that is let us suppose 20,000 here. तो 20,000 पे 5% बढ़ेगी. So that will be the principal amount for 1998, right? उस principal amount पे 5% बढ़ेगी, which will be principal amount for 1999. And again on that number there will be 5% increase. तो यहाँ पे compound interest का formula हमें use करना पड़ेगा. So there is increase 5% increase in population every year. So every new year has new population. Thus, we can say it is increasing in compounded form. So population in the beginning of 1998. So population in the beginning of 1998 is equals to 20,000. So we treat this as principal for the first year. So 5% increase अगर हम बोलेंगे 20,000 में तो it will be 1,000 rupees. So it sorry not 1,000 rupees, it will be 1,000, yeah, only, not rupees. So population in 1999 will be 21,000. Treat as the principal for the second year. तो सिमिलरली 21,000 पे अगर हम 5% इंक्रीज निकालेंगे या फिर इंक्रीज ऑफ 5% निकालेंगे, सो इट विल बी 1,050. सो 1,050 को ऐड करेंगे 21,000 में, दैट विल बी 22,050. अगेन 5% ग्रोथ है, तो यहाँ पे हम इंक्रीज मिलेगा 1,102 rupees. So that, sorry, I'm again pronouncing it as 2 rupees, okay, but it will be only the number, and this will be the population at the end of 2000. So is this a practical value? Is this possible? No, it's not possible, right? We cannot measure population in decimals, right? It has to be whole number, isn't it? So we either take it as 23152 या फिर 23153, जो कि यहाँ पे एस्टिमेटेड पॉपुलेशन यहाँ पे लिखी भी है. सिंस इट इज 5 हियर, वी कैन टेक 3. 23,153. Yeah, so again there are few solved examples here and there, and you have exercise 8.3. So here we have to calculate the amount and compound interest on. So compound interest के ही most of the examples हैं, and after this 8.3, I think we are at the end of this chapter. Okay, so I will not take this exercise 8.3. This will be for your homework. Please try to solve the examples at your home, and if you find any difficulty, I'll be taking that example in the class. Okay, so I'll just summarize whatever we have learned throughout this chapter, and then we will close today's lecture. So discount is reduction given on market price. So what is discount? Discount is basically the market price माइनस सेल प्राइस. मतलब जो वहां पे लिखा है और जिस प्राइस पे हमने लिया है, देयर विल बी डिफरेंस, राइट? सो दैट डिफरेंस विल बी डिस्काउंट. डिस्काउंट कैन बी कैलकुलेटेड व्हेन डिस्काउंट परसेंटेज इज गिवन. तो डिस्काउंट कैलकुलेट कैसे कर सकते हैं हम? अगर कोई डिस्काउंट परसेंटेज हमें दिया है, सो वी कैन कैलकुलेट हाउ मच डिस्काउंट इज गिवन. Additional expenses made after buying an article are included in the cost price and are known as overhead expenses. हमने ये देखा है, राइट? कोस्ट प्राइस जो है, दैट विल बी बाइंग एक्सपेंसेस प्लस ओवरहेड एक्सपेंसेस. मैंने आपको कहा था ना कि लेट अस सपोज इफ यू आर परचेसिंग एनीथिंग फ्रॉम योर विलेज और द सिटी, राइट? लेट अस सपोज यू आर परचेसिंग अ साइकिल, bicycle, right? So you are purchasing it for let us suppose 3,000 rupees. But when the dealer that has bought the bike, that will be costing him, let us suppose 2,000 रुपए. मतलब उसने 2,000 रुपए में बाइक लाई, लेकिन बाइसिकल लाई, और there will be transportation charge, and there will be several other charges. So including that, the bike is bike costs 2,500 for him, and he sells the bike to you for 3,000 rupees, राइट? मतलब जब कंपनी से बाइक आई तो इट वाज 2,000 रुपीज उसकी प्राइस, लेकिन ओवरहेड एक्सपेंसेस पकड़ के दैट वाज कॉस्ट प्राइस वाज 2,500, एंड द डीलर sold you to 3,000 rupees. That means 500 rupees will be his profit, right? So I hope you understand overhead expenses as well. So sales tax is charged on the sale of an item by government, and it is added to the bill amount. So sales tax is equals to tax percent of the bill amount. GST stands for goods and services tax and is levied on supply of goods or services or both. Sixth point that we learned is compound interest is the interest calculated on previous year's amount, that is equals to P plus I. Seventh point that we have learned is amount when interest is compounded annually. तो जब compounded annually रहेगा, this is the formula, that is P in bracket 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power n. Here P will be principal, R will be rate of interest, and n is the time period. But when interested half yearly रहेगा, then in that case this formula will slightly change, right? So क्या है यहाँ पे formula? P in bracket 1 plus R divided by 200. Now यहाँ पे 200 क्यों लिया है मैं ये भी बताता हूँ. And it will be 2n, जो नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स है या फिर नंबर ऑफ टाइम पीरियड है, दैट विल बी 2n. सो r by 2 विल बी रेट. यहाँ पे r by 2 अगर हम लिखेंगे, सो इट कैन बी ऑल्सो रिटर्न एज r by 200. ठीक है, r by 2 डिवाइडेड बाय 100 क्या लिखो आप, या फिर r by 200 लिखो आप, दैट वुड बी वन एंड द सेम. और जो नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स है दैट वुड बी डबल्ड. अगर मान लीजिए इफ यू आर कैलकुलेटिंग द इंटरेस्ट रेट क्वार्टरली, तो ये फॉर्मूला कैसा बनेगा? कैन यू टेल मी हाउ दिस फॉर्मूला विल बी? पी विल बी सेम, राइट? यहाँ पे आर बाई 200 की जगह पे हमें क्या लिखना पड़ेगा? आर बाई 400. अगर क्वार्टरली हम कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं, सो यहाँ पे आर बाई 400 रहेगा, एंड दिस 2n विल बी रिप्लेस्ड विथ 4n. एनी डाउट्स इन दिस लास्ट पॉइंट? बाकी सब पॉइंट्स तो इजी ही है. लास्ट पॉइंट में कोई डाउट कि हाफ ईयरली अगर कैलकुलेट करना है तो कैसा फॉर्मूला यूज करना है, क्वार्टरली अगर यूज करना है तो कैसा फॉर्मूला यूज करना है? एनी डाउट स्टूडेंट? No doubts? All right. Yeah. So thank you for your confirmation. That's it for today, student. I will see you in the next class with a new chapter. All right. So that's it for today. And I declare this class has ended, and you can leave the class if you don't have any questions. Yeah, I think your silence says it all. You don't have any questions. You can leave the class.